Youth are the future. And while that might seem obvious to say, I think that young people today are facing special challenges. For example, if the only relationship a young person has with music is to push the button on a CD player, I think that's sad. They should be empowered to create their own music. And several years ago, I was approached by a group of young musicians from Chicago. They were ages 11 to 25. I was so impressed with them because they had written their own stage production on the theme of world peace. They had found a performance venue, they had written the script for the show, and they had even composed original music. But as the opening date came closer and closer, they had decided to send that music out to a studio to be pre-recorded. That way they could perform with it as the background to their production. When I heard this, I said to them, why stop now? This production is entirely your own creation. Why don't you perform your own music on stage in your own production? And they told me that they didn't have an arrangement for their particular combination of instruments, and also they weren't sure they could pull off a live musical production. So when I heard that, I really wanted to show these young musicians that they had the power within themselves to make this happen. So we started to work together. We made an orchestration of the musical score for the particular instruments they had, and then we started copying out the individual parts. I remember it was one of the hottest summers ever in Chicago. It was actually dangerously hot. So when I say we sweat over those parts, I mean we really sweat over those parts. Then we started to rehearse, and they invited me back to conduct the premiere performance, which was in Chicago's North Shore Performing Arts Center. It was a wonderful experience. They had a great success, but for me, the greatest success was seeing their faces when they realized that they could do it. They had really won.